a controversial one for you today. It is time to talk Lightyear. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week and then usually movie reviews here at the weekend. But in all honesty, I have not had a lot of capacity to go and watch movies recently. This was a one-off and it was like a Monday night special, hence getting this review on a Tuesday. So all of my movie reviews are of course spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above in case you are looking for something to watch that has recently come to streaming, or you've recently got the DVD of something, because I haven't made a movie review I don't think since Doctor Strange. That was the last one that I did. And then I did watch some movies on a plane recently, but I didn't think that a plane movie review was what you were looking for here on this channel. So usually these movie reviews at the weekend, bookish content in the week, but bookish content is coming your way. I, of course, will have my June wrap-up and my July TBR, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on those ones. But yes, Lightyear. Firstly, I always go into, when I'm watching a family film, a Disney film, a Pixar film, whether I think that this one would be suitable if you're taking a family to go and see it. Now, I actually went to see this one with my husband, and one of the first things he said was, oh, for a family film, it's quite scary. And there are some quite scary, adventurous moments in the film. I think it does take a lot of nods from Star Wars. There was a lot of Star Wars-y feeling bits about it, with, a sort of new planet and things that are unexpected, and an evil supervillain that we've already met that's part of a bit of a saga going on. And so I think that my general sort of rule of thumb for this one would be that if you are taking children to see this and they're already fans of Star Wars, I think they'll be fine with it. Or if they've watched some of the Marvel films, I think they'll be fine with it. I think that Disney Pixar is going a little bit more in that direction. And so, yeah, I do think there were some moments that were particularly adventurously scary. There were some moments with villains, and some moments of what I would call more than mild peril. I always joke about that rating that comes up, like, contains mild peril. And yeah, I would say that this one has more than a little mild peril. So there's the warning for that one. The first thing that kind of like got to me a little bit about this film was I didn't realise that this was, I just thought it was Buzz Lightyear's origin story. But it comes up with a bit at the beginning of the film. Again, not spoiler, because I've watched the making of Lightyear on Disney Plus and they talk about this. So this is the movie that inspired the toy that Andy got. So Andy watched this movie, this Lightyear movie, and it inspired the toy that he got. So this is the franchise from which Buzz Lightyear came. And I thought that was really interesting. It wasn't just like, oh, here's Buzz Lightyear's origin story. It was, this is how the character of Buzz Lightyear came about, therefore they made the toy and presumably other merchandise of Buzz Lightyear. And so I thought that was really interesting. And then Buzz started talking in the film, and I was like, that's not Tim Allen. Whose voice is that? I know that voice. That's not Tim Allen. But I know that voice. That voice is familiar. And that voice is familiar in this sort of context. And it was really bugging me, the voice. And then I realised it was Chris Evans. And I was like, oh, so Captain America's Buzz Lightyear. Okay, I'm fine with that. At first, I was very sort of jolted by the fact that it wasn't Tim Allen. And then when I sort of found out that it was Captain America instead, I was somehow that made it okay. It was like, oh, all right then. But then that makes sense, because we are visiting Buzz way back when, and we're also visiting Buzz in a movie. And so this is where this like fictional toy character comes from. And so if you think of it on that level, it makes sense of why he would have a different voice. This one does actually have a pretty small cast. And even, you know, watching the credits at the end, I said, oh, that's such a short cast list. But I think it is very well cast. I really like the voices, and I was like able to identify quite a few of them. I won't give away any more for you. If you've seen interviews and things like that, you'll see people who are in here. But there are some other people from the Marvel Universe / other people who've worked with Disney before. And then there's a couple of people who I am big fans of their other work. And so I was like, oh, excited to see them in this film. And then my sort of favourite part of the film, which again is not a spoiler because it's on the posters. There's a big poster outside Westfield of the characters in Buzz Lightyear, in Lightyear. And on the poster was this little cat. And I was like, oh, there's a little cat in this. I wonder if it's a robot cat. I wonder if it's an evil cat. I wonder if it's like the cat in Captain Marvel. I wonder. But yes, this cat is incredibly pivotal to things that happen in the film. And it's incredibly useful to Buzz Lightyear. And I was a big fan of this cat. I thought that the cat brought the adult humour that Pixar is known for. And I thought that the cat brought a good kind of like yin to Buzz's yang. It was the kind of like comedy double act. He was the comedy guy and Buzz was the straight man. And so I really liked the addition of this cat. But I was left wondering, well, I get that Buzz was the adventurer, but the cat was quite pivotal in this film. I wonder why Andy's sister never got a toy of the cat. This is what I was thinking, but maybe she was, Buzz Lightyear was sort of past it when she was coming about to watch this kind of film. I don't know, but I thought of that on perhaps too deep a level. But I really, really liked the introduction of the new cat in the film. I did enjoy the sort of nods to Star Wars. And I did enjoy the sort of general concept of what has happened to Buzz Lightyear and the motivation behind the film. And I thought that the storyline was good. Now, it's getting a lot of criticism, and I think a lot of that criticism is unfounded. I do feel like they took a risk with taking the Toy Story franchise that has grown adults going back to watch Toy Story 4 after having watched Toy Story as a child or a teenager. I think that was a big risk to take, but I think by sort of distancing themselves enough from the franchise, by making it this not just a Buzz Lightyear origin story, but this is the movie that inspired the toy that Andy got in Buzz Lightyear, I think they've stepped themselves far enough away from it that they can do what they want with Buzz Lightyear, because he's a toy and this was a movie that inspired the toy. And so I think that they did it in a really clever way. I think that a lot of the criticism that they're getting, it's like, but you're far enough away from the film that doesn't matter. You're far enough away from the characters of Woody and Buzz that doesn't matter. I did see some Easter eggs in the film. I was looking out for Easter eggs. I would probably need to watch the film again in order to see all of the Easter eggs, but again, I'm not going to spoil them, but I saw some Easter eggs. So that kind of brings me round to, would I recommend this film? Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this film? Would I watch this film again? So I would definitely watch this film again once it comes to streaming on Disney Plus, because we know that that's not going to be very long. Do you need to go and see this film in a cinema? I don't think you do. We saw it on the iSense screen, so not quite an IMAX screen, not quite a Dolby screen, but they're trying. That's how I define iSense. And I don't think you necessarily needed to watch it on a big screen like that. Like, you know, linking back to when I watched Doctor Strange, I watched it in IMAX. It was definitely epic in IMAX. I will be going to see Thor in IMAX, of course. So yeah, do you need to watch? No, you do not need to watch it at the cinema. Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? I think that no, you should save your cinema going money and see what's coming out this summer, and, you know, go and see Thor more than once, maybe. I don't know. It looks really good. I saw the trailer for it whilst watching Lightyear. I will also be going to see Elvis very soon, and so you can look out for a review of that one coming. But yeah, in overall, should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? No, wait till it streams on Disney Plus. Obviously, it's always nice to watch something in the big screen. Obviously, it's always nice to have a family day out. So if that's your thing, then absolutely this is one for you. But I don't think that you have to go and see this one on the big screen. I do, however, recommend it. I do, however, recommend that you should watch it once it comes to Disney Plus, and I will be rewatching it once it comes to Disney Plus to look out for some more of those Easter eggs. But as mentioned, I will have a review of Elvis coming your way very soon, and of course, I will have a review of Thor coming your way very soon as well. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. If there are any other movies you would like to hear my thoughts on when they are streaming or cinema at the minute, let me know in the comments. Always happy to watch on demand. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I will be back with that aforementioned bookish content very soon, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching.